Well, happy Sunday, everyone. Welcome to 5 goal-setting creative ideas to go ahead and help you achieve your goals. My name is Tony Jalen, and I am excited to be with you all here today. And we've got multiple places that we are live right now, which is pretty exciting. So first off, if you have any questions throughout today's discussion, feel free to go ahead and type it in the comments, and I will work to get them as soon as I possibly can. And we're going to be talking about goals. We're going to be talking about how to actually set goals where you're not just simply just getting, burnt out about it and whatnot. So we're going to give a few moments for people to log in live here. Feel free to go ahead and invite other people as well when it comes to this discussion, because goal setting is something that everyone talks about, but how many actually achieve? That is, they set the goals and promptly go off on tangents, which has the result of keeping them stuck. It's like being on an exercise bike. Yeah, you pedal furiously, but always stay in the same spot. Hey there, Kathy. Thank you for joining us. Sally, hey, I heard you got a new venture going on. Thank you for joining us. Backyard Toys, thank you for joining us. We're going to be talking about 5 goal-setting activities for entrepreneurs and whatnot. So grab your notebook. The things I'm going to share with you all are going to be things that I actually do myself. So I'm excited to go ahead and share with you guys today. So again, we're going to be talking about goal setting, and that is something that it's important. It's sort of like if you're going to go on a trip, the pilot on an airplane is going to figure out, hey, this is where we're going. And they're going to map it out. And they're going to map out the end result, then work backwards. So if you're having any trouble identifying your goals or reaching them, you're most likely here on this call because you might feel stalled or stuck, or you're just not really sure where to start out. And I'm going to introduce you to 5 goal-setting activities with the potential to help you move forward and with confidence without even focusing on goal setting yourself. I know it's sort of like mind-boggling as well. So those of you guys who don't know me my name is Tony Jalen. I've been in sales, developed businesses, now going on, like 24 years now. And this is a topic in terms of intentionality, in terms of focus, that I've taken a lot of time and investment in studying and learning and helping other people walk through the steps to set goals properly. As also, I've done a lot of things along the way in which I failed along the way when it comes to setting goals. Hey Keith, thank you for joining me. It's been forever since I've seen you. I've heard you doing a lot of amazing things there on the West Coast, not on the West Coast. So one of the reasons people run into trouble with goal setting and stay in the course is because goals are very highly personal. So here's a question I want you to think about. When you're going to go ahead and pursue something, where business, sales, relationship, I don't care what it is, what's the end result you want to get by achieving that goal? And I think another thing, reason why people have trouble and challenges when it comes to goals is they're doing it for someone else versus themselves. And I've been there. I made this mistake. I set goals to make others happy. And I get it. But at the end of the day, I felt myself like I was, what's the word saying? I was not living up to the potential I knew that I could be at. And when we have so much external pressure sometimes, we're sometimes actually afraid to admit what our real goal is for fear of disapproval. Give me a high five if you've ever been that way. You've been afraid to share your goals, and you don't share them because you're thinking, man, what are people going to think? Families going to think, hey, I'm going to walk away from something that's amazing. So what's really sad about that is that we're afraid to admit our goals to ourselves. All right. And a lot of times also when it comes to goal setting, it feels like work. And for entrepreneurs, deadlines and to-do lists equals drudgery. and make setting and achieving goals something to be avoided. I like to do a reflection. I like to do a reflection at the end of each week and at the end of each year. And sometimes I'm just hesitating to do that. Hey, what's up, Professional DNA? Thank you for joining. Kaom, thank you for joining as well. Thank you for being here. So, moving forward on a consistent basis is absolutely necessary if we want to reach our loftiest goals. I remember, gosh, in my early 20s when I wanted to go on, and it's just like a lot of things I did about it in the beginning. It's like, oh, we're going to go ahead and, pursue this goal. And then all of a sudden, I think it's going to be easy until it becomes hard, right? So I'll give you an analogy. An Olympic athlete may be doing what they love. I mean, we've got Winter Olympics going on right now. When he or she is training, for example, a grueling triathlon. But keep in mind that he does not like the feeling of almost drowning as his coach sends him back in the pool for 20 more laps. An Olympic triathlete talks about pain caves and is no stranger to hypothermia, hair-raising crashes with other cyclists, muscle cramps, the feeling that his lungs have just been seared raw, and then genuine possibility of death. Even if they're a serious triathlete, they drink 2 glasses of water to 1 glass of wine at parties, if they even drink at all. And drink several more glasses more water and nibble celery sticks. Think about that. They eat celery sticks before sitting down for the family holiday feast. It's just a fact that triathlete, that Olympic triathlete, expects to beg, borrow, or pay for temporary training space in a nearby facility, no matter where he or she is or off duty. And for those of you guys who are joining us just right now, I'm going to be talking about 5 goal-setting techniques that actually will be fun, that you're actually going to get some enjoyment out of it. Now, not one triathlete ever reached his or her goal by creative techniques alone. No one ever sat there and meditated a win, right? However, a growing number of Olympic hopefuls do use creative visualization. I mean, I had an opportunity to train at the Olympic Training Center in Colorado Springs. And when I was training at the Olympic Training Center, for a half a day, they brought someone in to work on visualization and meditation and other mindset techniques. And all those things are worth paying attention to. So my question to you guys who are watching here live today, what type of creative entrepreneur are you? Are you all disciplined, pushing your way doggedly toward your goal, and hating every minute of the dedication of an Olympic triathlete? Or do you endlessly read books and take courses about the law of attraction while listening to ambient music, but never get around to working on your goal? So set specific small milestones on your way to your next big goal, but balancing out the business habits and routines with creative goal-setting techniques that move you forward. And what about this? If you set goals and they become a soul-crushing chore, if that's you, listen on, because we're going to change things up a bit. It's time to ease up the tunnel vision if you're goal-focused, and because, truth of the matter, that can actually tire you out a bit and get in the way. Or if you're one of those creatives that's all over the place, creatively and never making progress, this live stream is for you. So let me introduce you to 5 creative tools which can make reaching your goal inspiring again. And at the end of today, I'm not going to be able to get everything in on this live stream. Excuse me. We're going to be talking about like a goal-setting boot camp that I've actually done myself and taken other people through. So here's the first activity. Vision boards. So if you've ever done a vision board, put it in the comments, say yes. Give me a wave, say yes. This is the first creative activity to go ahead and do in order to achieve your goals. And the nice thing about vision boards, you can be as creative as you like. There's an app, it's on my phone, I'm actually on it right now, called Vision Board. Just look that up in your app store, Vision Board. It's a free app. Actually, I have it on my phone, and just like you guys know, here's my vision board. Oh, you can't really see it. There you go, vision board as well. And I just take this and I look at it constantly, each and every day. I have it on my phone. I don't know if you guys knew this or not, that the average person looks at their phone. Okay, tell you what, put it in the comments. Guess. How many times on average do you think the average person looks at their phone in a day? Let's see what kind of guesses here. We're live on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube here right now. How many times on average does a person look at their phone? All right, got different guesses. Some people are guessing 50, 100 times a day. Some are guessing 1,000 times a day. I bet you there are people who do look at their phone 1,000 times a day. The average person, 200 we got from Danielle, 400 times a day. Yes, Keith, you are absolutely correct. 400 times a day a person looks at their phone. So why not have something that's going to remind you of your vision and your goals? Because it's literally no joke. One of my goals, if you look here, I have this thing called my abs right there. You see that? This is my health part of my vision board. And I'm not going to lie, like, I pay a lot with my phone. I use tap to pay with my phone. And all of a sudden, I'm at the grocery store or the gas station. I'm going to pick up a couple things. And sometimes I want to pick up some, sweets. It could be like chocolate covered pretzels or something like that. And then I'm looking at my phone. I'm like, man. That's why you have a vision board. You look at my office here, my office up there, there's my vision boards as well. You want to create an environment for success. So it may contain objects like photos of real things, events, places, or even people. Like, for example, I had on my old vision board here, actually, I literally just made this here beginning of this year. It was our 20-year anniversary trip for my wife and I. 20 years now. It's pretty amazing. And also, I get a text message from her saying, "Hey, I'm booking our trip." I'm like, "What do you mean you're booking our trip?" She's booked our trip, so I got to go ahead and take that off my vision board, and I have a new one that I just printed out here today. So that's the first activity. They say, go ahead and write your vision and put it on tablets so the one who reads it may run. That's actually from the good book, right? So you can put in your kids' drawings, napkins from the amazing restaurant you want to go to, even some bling that's meaningful to you. It could be a physical board. It could be a shadow box, a digital photo frame. You can use it on your iPad or your screensaver. But there's something powerful about a vision board. All right, so that's the first activity to do. And there's lots of things you can do. With this app called Vision Board, like I said, it's a free app. They actually help you along the way in terms of the different squares of what you want. For example, it could be material things, it could be health, it could be professional. And the thing about vision boards is that it's only limited by your own imagination. And for those of you guys who are joining us live, thank you for joining us live. We're talking about 5 goal setting techniques that can help you go about setting your goals. And if you have any ideas, feel free to put them in the comments. We're in different places live here today. All right. So give this inspirational goal setting aid another chance right here, a vision board. Like, put some thought into it and have fun with it. But a couple key points with it. Number 1, have fun with it. 2, dream big. And a third one is keep it in front of you so that you see it often. So here's the second activity, and it's called journaling. Now, some of the most successful entrepreneurs that I know make regular use of journaling as a goal-setting activity. Now, you can try all different types of journaling. I personally use a product called the Remarkable Tablet. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this. It's like you're writing on paper. It's not like an iPad. And I journal in it each and every day, as well as a gratitude journal that I do. And so here's what you do. It's simple. Do a brain dump of all the things that you want to achieve. Simply. That's it. Do a brain dump. And then here's what I do at the end of each and every day. I ask myself 4 questions. And these are my journaling prompts, so to speak. Number 1, what did I achieve today? Let's call a spade if you're in sales, you own a business, or whatever it may be. Sometimes we get caught up in that prize, and because we didn't achieve, a new sale, because we didn't, have X, Y, and Z new customers, we sort of get hard on ourselves sometimes because the cash register is not ringing like we want it to ring. And, if you read the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, entrepreneurs, small business owners use some days work for free. So doing this journaling at the end of your days, it can make a huge difference because sometimes being in sales, being a small business owner, it's a lonely world, especially when it gets hard. So here's the questions that I ask. Number 1, what am I grateful for today? Simple. What am I grateful for today? And why? Number 2, what did I achieve today? Now, it's okay to recognize your small wins. So the second question when it comes to journaling is, what did I achieve today? Number 3, what are some challenges that I have? Studies say that our thoughts from day to day, from like Sunday to Monday, 80% of our thoughts tomorrow are going to be the same thoughts that we had on Sunday. Why? Because we didn't empty it out of our brain. We didn't get it off our brain. And you're not making space for new thoughts then. So what challenges you had for the day? And fourth question is this: what's my desired result for the next day? What's my desired result for the next day? So I use those 4 questions in journaling my days. And engage your senses and see how fulfilling it can really be. Like literally you'll feel a peace about it. No question about it. Third activity in regards to goal setting techniques. All right, you guys ready for this one? Meditation. All right, I was listening to Jay Shetty, and he said that they did a survey of men, and they were asked the question. These men were asked the question. I think it was like 100 men. They were asked the question: would you? You have 2 choices: either to be electrocuted or to spend 10 minutes with your own thoughts. For those of you guys who are watching live, which one of those 2 options was the most chosen option by those men? Was it option number 1, to be electrocuted, or option 2, to spend 10 minutes with their own thoughts? Go ahead and put in the comments and guess. Is it option A or option B? All right. I'll give you guys the answer. Those men that were surveyed, they'd rather be electrocuted than spend 10 minutes. Yes, 10 minutes with their own thoughts. It's easier to dream when your mind isn't filled with clutter. And the best way to clear away the daily stacking up of the things that are demanding our attention is meditation. And what I've learned is you don't want to try to force yourself to actually, visualize your goals during your meditation sessions. Instead, use this time to clear your thoughts so you can make room for those big dreams. Hey there, Adrian, thank you for joining us. Coach Olivia, thank you for joining us. And meditation goes way beyond like self-indulgence. Like medical studies have proved that meditation has profound, life-changing benefits in both the physical and psychological health. And that's not even touching the increases in brain clarity, sharpness, and alertness. And I'm going to share with you guys a little piece from an article. It was called The 20 Scientific Reasons to Start Meditating Today. And it was published in Psychology Today on September 11th, 2018. And it's an important article because For each single benefit that this doctor lists, she actually provides a link to a primary medical scientific study. And it's not someone's personal opinion, even though she's eminently qualified to give one. Her statements are backed up with pure, proven scientific facts. So here's the benefits of meditation: better sleep, decreasing depression and anxiety, reducing pain, boosting your immune system, and reducing inflammation at a cellular level. And there's so much more. And to be honest, like, I wasn't the biggest one on meditation a handful of years ago. Actually, I was on it, then I got off it, and now I'm back on it. And really, it's just a way of stilling your body and letting the creative energy of the universe get you back in harmony with yourself and also with life. So if you all of a sudden feel like you're going, I just encourage you to take a moment and just breathe. You know, those Apple Watches, they have a thing that says breathe, right? Just breathe for, a minute. Put a timer on, just a minute. And just, if you're watching here today, let's just take a big breath. Let's just do that. Sometimes we just need to do that. Take a breath. So that's the next activity. Here's the next activity, activity 4, and it's called mind mapping. There's much to be said for a few hours spent simply brain dumping. And a mind map is a perfect tool for that. And this idea is simple, especially when you want to go ahead and go after your goals and your dreams. So I literally, in my office now, I actually put up another white erase board. And this is simply to do mind mapping on. Because there's something powerful about getting your thoughts out, especially when you want to get something. Like, the reason why we don't achieve a lot of things is because we have unorganized thoughts. And when we organize it, then we have clarity. And through action, we get even more clarity. And there's tons of different tools. I'm going to share those tools with you right now in terms of mind mapping tools. One of my personal favorites is a white erase board. All right, and you can also go to imindmap.com. That's imindmap.com is one of them. Spider Scribe, Simple Mind, Poplet, that's Popplet, Mind Node. All right, so those are a few mind mapping tools. And here's activity 5. Sometimes we just got to schedule it in order to get it done, right? If it doesn't get scheduled, it doesn't get done. So this is the 5th activity you can do to go ahead and get more clarity around your goals. And that's attend a goal setting workshop. Because sometimes all we really need is community. And when we're surrounded by like-minded entrepreneurs, sales professionals who all have similar ambitions, it can actually open up our eyes for what's possible. And working on goal setting with others brings ideas out into light. Like, how many times have you had an idea in your mind and simply by talking it out, you gained clarity? All right. And that's sometimes all you need to do is speak something to another peer to realize it's going to work or not going to work. And by being in that community, it helps out. And plus, there's all other benefits to it too. Other sets of eyes and ears are priceless when it comes to giving us real-time feedback from people who likely know, or maybe even your target audience. They often have ideas to share. For me, I typically get feedback of things that I never thought of. And plus, you're able to make really, good connections with other people. And then also joint ventures come out of it. And so if you can find a local one wherever you're at in the world, I encourage you to do that. Give it a shot. Or you can do it online. And that's one thing we're going to be talking about here. So we can do it on Facebook Live, you can do it on Zoom, etc. All the goal setting techniques that we talked about today are great. The vision board, the mind mapping, the meditation, those activities help bring clarity to achieving goals. And on top of your vision and inspiration, you do need to commit time and invest time, no matter how small of a goal that you have. And to me, it's better to invest a small amount of time faithfully every day than attack your goals in a hit and miss spurts with long periods of distraction in between. So, I talked to you guys right at the beginning. For this live stream, I have a passion to really inspire and impact others and helping them remove their obstacles and roadblocks that might be keeping them from moving to that next step. So during this live stream, we're going to do a special, so to speak. We're going to be doing a 4-session goal setting boot camp. I know I'm not going to put on my army boots or anything like that. It's complete with a workbook that includes a checklist you need. And let me go ahead and share with you guys what it's going to be about. So first off, if you go to the website, and actually I'm going to type it in actually it's called revenueandfreedom.us/purchase. revenueandfreedom.us/purchase. All right. And we're getting some technical things going on in the back end. If you're not able to access it for some reason, send me a DM message and I will help you out and make sure you guys get it. So I'm going to go through what's going to be covered in, and this is going to be a live, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself, should breathe here for a second. This is going to be a live Zoom call that we're going to do on the weekends. We're going to roll up our sleeves, we're going to get in there. The reason why I want to do it live and with everyone is that when everyone's talking and having an opportunity to share with one another, there's so much energy that's brought into that conversation. And I just don't want to send you something, have you do something, and just have to do it on your own, right? So here's what we're going to cover in each live session. First off, we're going to go ahead and lesson 1, we're going to create a goal setting plan. And we're going to go ahead and make sure the right choices are made when it comes to goal setting tools. All right. We're going to walk through how to tell if your goal is the right one or if you're shortchanging yourself. We're going to walk through ways to plan like you mean it and how to know you'll stick to the plan. We're going to zero in on what you want in your life and what has to go, because some things are going to have to go in order for you to achieve your goals. In lesson 2, we're going to talk about growing your sales, your business, and your income. So setting specific growth goals and how to do it right. How to deal with change when you do or don't know it's coming, because that happens. And setting really bigger annual goals by increasing the value of your offers to others. Zig Ziglar said, help people get what they want and you can have the world. We're going to talk about in lesson 2 about how to add easier than you think methods that are not only effective and lucrative, but actually currently hot right now that are making a lot of strides for people. And easy ways to add income as you implement new things. So those are some things that are going to happen in lesson 2. In lesson 3, we're going to talk about living your best life. How to lose the I have to do it all mentality and find true harmony. And people talk about work-life balance and stuff like that, and I think it's great and it's dandy, but we all know if you're going to go after something, something's get out of balance. If you have found the way for it not to, please send me a DM because you've got a multi-billion-dollar idea there. I truly believe in work-life harmony. All right. So in lesson 3, we're going to talk about work-life harmony. What's your secret block and why you can't get past it? And 3 ways to invite luxury in without feeling guilty, even when you're on a budget. And really turning big dreams into reality, and what does this really take? And in the final lesson, we're going to talk about making the world a better place. Dare your dreams so big, you can joyfully help those you love. One of the things when I started in business and started in sales is I grew up with very little. I remember days in which just having lights on was a luxury. Today people take cold showers and baths to work with their mental toughness. I took cold showers and baths because we didn't have hot water. And people sometimes would challenge me going, why do you hustle so hard? I go, well, I had parents that had to raise 9 children. So I understand what it means to hustle, right? I understand what it takes to go ahead and get to that next level. And I remember how many families would come and help us during the holidays, whether it be bringing us turkey or bringing us Christmas gifts. And I remember how I felt at the time. I was young. I was embarrassed that others were coming to help, and yet my parents were able to leave their ego at the door, knowing it wasn't about them and it was about the kids and the family. And I want us to dare dream to so big that we can really make a difference and help those that we love. And in this fourth lesson, we're going to talk about the most important secret that only the wealthy people know, and why selfishness and wealth don't go hand in hand. And creating the freedom to look outward instead of just within, and dreaming big about helping others and what you need to do to lose the fear. Because it's not always about the money. Um, they say money isn't everything, and there's some truth to that, but a lot of things we do is attached to it. And we're really going to be talking about affecting the lives of others. And ask yourself this question of like, how do you want to be remembered? So today we talked about 5 goal setting techniques, activities to go ahead and be creative and have fun in setting goals. And if you're ready to learn how to get past roadblocks, eliminate them once for all, narrow down your goals, and plan a life you can believe in, transform your routines and habits without guilt, stress, or pain, go to revenuefreedom.us /purchase. That's revenuefreedom.us /purchase. If you're having any issues with that, please send me a DM. And so right now, we're going to go and leave it open right now for questions and comments. If you have any questions or comments, please do let me know in the comment box. I'm going to have to go up and pull up a few different screens in order to see everyone's comments. And any questions you have regarding goal setting you might have and whatnot. So thank you for joining us. StonkShortShirts.biz CEO, glad that you're here. All right, we're going to go and answer any kind of questions you guys might have today as it relates to goal setting. So please go ahead and put that in the comments section. And we'll go ahead and do this for a little while longer here. And let's see here. All right. So one of the questions is how do you get started on writing goals? Great question. Answer this question. How do you want to live? And we're being joined by people live on YouTube, Facebook, as well as Instagram here today. And the question that came up was, how do you go about setting goals? I think the first thing you got to ask yourself is not what you want to do, but how do you want to live? And then the second question would be, why do you want to live that way? Why do you want to live that way? Remember, when it comes to setting goals and just pursuing things, done is better than perfect. You're going to get more clarity from doing versus thinking. I've learned that. Just like with our live session here today, we've had to learn a lot of things. I want to give a shout out to Danielle for just working so much on the background, helping us getting like the pages set up. The workbook is going to be coming out with this goal setting boot camp as well. I know I asked you to go ahead and get outside your comfort zone. You figured it out, so a million times thank you for your support and encouragement and the time you've invested to get that done. All right, another question that came up here was, how do you handle if the people that are close to you don't support you? Great question. I wish I could give you the perfect answer on that. I'm not sure the context, what you mean when you're asking, what if you set a goal and the people around you don't support you? Well, I think there could be a few reasons why. They don't support you because they want to protect you. It could be outside of their comfort zone. Um, you haven't shared the message yet with clarity. It could be that you've attempted numerous different things, and they're like, okay, here's another great idea. Those are some of the reasons why. At the end of the day, ask yourself: is the goal that you're going after, is it going to hurt anyone? Like really, like is it going to hurt someone? Are you stealing? Are you breaking any laws? If not, sometimes you just got to go for it. And they may not be supportive of you now, but I promise you, once you get there, they're going to be pretty supportive of you. And another question regarding goal setting: tools to keep track of your goals. I like keeping things simple. Get yourself a notebook. Like literally, get yourself a wire-bound notebook. I know there's tons of productivity tools online, Monday.com, all these different things you can purchase. Just get a notebook and answer the questions of, how do you want to live? Why do you want to live that way? And start there. All right. Well, that's all we got for today's live stream. Thank you for joining today. I know we're going to have more of these down the road. Feel free to connect with me. Follow online. I'm on Instagram. You can go and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And again, if there's anything I can do for you all, feel free to reach out. And we will continue to rock and roll from there. All right. Rock and roll, everyone. Onward and upwards. I'm going to leave you guys with this thought. Success is when reality catches up to our imagination. Success is when reality catches up to our imagination. And Danielle did say something regarding people who support you in your goals. See if you can include them in the goals that you have set. All right, onward and upwards, everyone. Talk to y'all soon.